Hi, please allow me to introduce to you a new instrument I have invented. It is called the REKA flute. It is, the way I call it, the fretless flute that would allow you to play in any key, to play smooth glissando across all the range without you sounding like a clown. The REKA stands for the river in Russian. I've named it in loving memory of Tatiana Rechnaya. She was a brilliant flute player and a dear friend of mine. The entire thing was designed for it to be able to be produced by anyone at home with like a minimum amount of work involved. So this thing is entirely 3D printed. I will share the model and the source files with all these cutting surfaces on GitHub, when you can download it for free, and you can change it, you can modify it the way you want, etc., etc. The core principle is that you have this kind of push plate, push tongue that I call it, and you can actually make a smooth glissando all over the range of the instrument. And also you can have interchangeable mouthpieces. So you can have mouthpiece like a sideways flute. You can use a mouthpiece like a recorder, or even you can fit in a mouthpiece from Armenian duduk. The good thing is you can design or adjust mouthpiece to be different pitch, different note level, and when you 3D print, or when you manufacture the mouthpiece that is higher, the entire range of the instrument changes. So basically it changes, so to say, the key of the instrument. It's not entirely correct, because basically you can play in any key with this one. One of the reasons I was trying to make this sort of instrument is because when you play on a regular flute, if you want to go like half step up or like a few steps up in your key, the fingering gets really complicated, and even the most skilled flute players kind of struggle trying to get it to work. So I thought, what if the flute could be entirely fretless and allow you to play in any key, and allow you to adjust smoothly on the different situations. And I think I've succeeded. I call it a new instrument because I haven't been able to find any like a native or like other instrument that would have such construction. So it's like a flexible so-called tongue that is also interchangeable, and when you push it down, it smoothly covers this kind of slit that you have going through the entire length of your instrument's body. And it allows you to change the notes, and also it allows you to do things that's impossible or like really hard on your regular flutes and other instruments such as clarinet, as a saxophone, etc., etc. There is some similar instruments like this. So I think glissatone is a so-called fretless saxophone. They have like a magnetic tape over here that you push, and it's also have like the same glissando effect, but it's not free. It's really complicated, so you cannot produce it on your own without like significant effort on your side. and it costs a lot of money. But the idea is great. And there's also one Indian person that's created an instrument that is kind of slides like a trombone, I think. And it sounds really good, but it lacks some sort of a features, like it also very complicated to reproduce on your end. And you can't make sounds like you would do on a regular flute. So it's basically lots of glissando, and you have to make some effort to get it to work like a regular flute instrument. But I think it's also really good solution. But what I was aiming at is an instrument anyone can produce at home, and it would be cheap, it would be efficient, it can be 3D printed, it can be carved out of wood, it can be made out of metal. I think whatever you like, it's doable, and it's basically a principle. And it also, you can fit a duduk mouthpiece in here, you can fit within like special piece, you can fit a saxophone mouthpiece in here, like whatever you like, trumpet mouthpiece. So it comes as a model with a standard recorder mouthpiece and a side flute mouthpiece. Also, you can fit in there a mouthpiece from a DIY Armenian duduk if you don't have one available nearby. So basically you take a piece of polyethylene pipe, like hammer it down, and you can get a mouthpiece that really highly resembles an Armenian duduk sound. It also fits in here quite nicely. So basically that's it. There is some kind of quirky things when you manufacture it, and some certain things when you play it. So in terms of manufacturing, it is quite hard to 3D print this like a T profile on your tongue. So it might require you, or the company you ask to 3D print it for you, to kind of split it into halves and glue them together afterwards, because otherwise there's going to be lots of support on this kind of or on this area, and it make your tongue way stiffer, and it doesn't bend that much. You also have to have this kind of sealant tape. This is basically a regular sealant that you apply on your like a door frame or on your kitchen sink or something like this. You just glue it on, and when you push it onto the body of the flute, it seals the slit tightly, so it won't leak air and produce like a strong, fine sound. Maybe you're gonna have to use the sandpaper and sand the bore a little bit, like twist it with some sort of a stick. And it also can be a bit tricky on the low notes, because basically the entire thing does not push down perfectly on the entire length of the flute. So when you're playing really low notes, you also have to push it down some in this area with your left hand, or your right hand if you're left-handed. Now I'm still working on it. I'm still adjusting some things. So this is the 9th version of the flute. There was like many efforts, many designs and solutions, and it all started with the PVC pipe designs, and right now it's come to the 3D printing designs. And this is the 9th version. I also upload the 10th version, which are much better joint for your tongue. I think it also can be possible to scale it down, because basically it's made to be printed with a 30x30 centimeter platform, and I understand that it's like a bit rare, and more often you encounter like a 20 by 20 or 15 by 15 centimeter platform, I will upload the models for these scales of platform a bit later. So here it is. It's surprisingly loud. The sideways mouthpiece, when played like a full volume, makes your ear like ripple. So it's really loud, to the point of it's uncomfortably loud. But it sounds really well, and it's surprisingly joyful to play. It's kinda responsive, it's tactile, and it allows you to play things that you're unable to play on a regular flute. So, hope you like it. Please share this video, share this instrument. Try to make it on your own if you like. Probably share it to some YouTubers, some DIY instrument makers that could be really interested in trying this out. Leave your feedback in the comments section, like, and subscribe to see more of my inventions. Thank you. Bye.